Welcome to a very special edition of Sports Talk here on Talk 104, 93 BKCT, presented by Greenwood Ford. This is going to be one of the most unique interviews we do because we're not going to talk a little bit of sports, but we're going to talk Miss Kentucky because it is Miss Kentucky week here. Now, please welcome Mallory Hudson. A lot of titles to her name. First off, she was Miss Kentucky 2023. Is that the right year, right?
That's right.
Was also Miss America third runner-up. Was it 2023 or
2024? Yes.
24 because it happened it happened in January, right?
Yes.
Okay, we have that. Also, the name should be familiar too. Niece to WKU head volleyball coach Travis Hudson.
That's right. Yes.
There's more. There's more.
We're not done yet.
We're not done yet. Sister to boys volleyball player Drew Hudson.
Yep. That's right.
There's more. Sister to McLaine Hudson, Kentucky Gatorade Softball Player of the Year, and 2 wins away on the verge of making history.
Yes.
Yes. That's a lot of titles.
It is. It is. I think you covered it now, though.
Wow. I mean, before we talk about Miss Kentucky and softball and stuff like that, what's it like to be in a very talented family with everybody doing, big things?
It's fun. I think it keeps everybody on their toes, for sure. We are a very competitive family.
I would say so.
Yes. So a lot of people always ask how I got involved in pageants and theater and music and singing and that kind of arena of life when my family is so competitive in the sports area of life. But I think they kind of go hand in hand in a lot of different ways with hard work and determination and competitiveness at the core of that. And so my family's amazing. I love them. That's definitely the most important thing to me in life. So we love to cheer each other on in all of our respective areas, for sure.
So did you not play a sport at all? Or?
I did play sports a little bit growing up.
Did? Okay.
Yeah, so I played a season of club volleyball. I played a little bit of softball. I played a little bit of basketball. So I kind of kept my balls in a lot of different courts growing up, if you will. But musical theater was always something that was most important to me, and that kind of segued into pageants when I graduated high school and went to UK.
Okay. Well, it wasn't that long ago when you was crowned Miss Kentucky here at SkyPack. So, and that's going to be happening here on Saturday night too as well. So, take us through this week. I think today, the girls checked in today, is that correct?
Yes, so I think they started checking in yesterday, but the whole group will be here today.
All right.
The teen preliminary competition is tomorrow on Wednesday, followed by the Miss preliminary competition on Friday. Those 2 nights of competition will determine who competes in the final competition, which the new Miss Kentucky's teen will be crowned on Friday night, and the new Miss Kentucky will be crowned on Saturday night. So it's a big, exciting week for so many incredible women across the Commonwealth. I believe 28 teens are competing and 38 Miss. So there's a lot of wonderful women that are gathered in Bowling Green this week to compete for those 2 titles.
So let's go behind the scenes a little bit because you experienced all this.
Yeah.
And you was in teen too, or were you not?
No. I started competing in Miss.
Okay.
Yes.
How much nerves or how nervous are these young ladies that's going to be competing all this week?
I would say there's always going to be nerves involved in things that you care about, and that just means that that's something that's important to you, right? These girls work so hard for this moment on stage, and I'm just so excited to see all of that hard work pay off. There's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes by the Miss Kentucky board members, by, of course, the Miss America team to help and promote all of our state competitions, and then, of course, the Miss America organization, the Miss Kentucky organization is nothing without the young women who compete and benefit from it. So just so excited to see everyone this week, and very excited for the 2 young ladies who will be joining us at Miss America in September.
Now, I learned that you have to win a Miss Kentucky prelim pageant.
Yes.
To get here. But I guess with 38, you said, and 28, that's only 66. So not all 120 counties host a prelim pageant.
And it would be great to get to that point. I would say that's certainly a goal of the Miss Kentucky organization.
Okay.
The more the merrier, for sure.
Okay.
I had the wonderful opportunity to represent Bowling Green when I was crowned Miss Kentucky.
Okay.
So that was a wonderful experience to represent my home community and, of course, be crowned Miss Kentucky in my hometown. So I know that there are a lot of girls across the state that are so proud of the communities that they're representing and really vying for that title to be able to represent Kentucky on that big stage at Miss America.
So I'm guessing, obviously, if Bowling Green, I'm thinking Lexington, Louisville, Owensboro, the 4 big cities have one.
I believe so, yeah.
And then other areas just have something.
Right,
Okay.
yes. And of course, there are some titles that are very fun too. Like my first year at Miss Kentucky, I was Miss Corvette City. So I wasn't Miss Bowling Green, but I was still representing the Bowling Green community. So my first year, I was Miss Corvette City, and I was top 8 at Miss Kentucky. And then I was Miss South Central Kentucky, and I was 4th runner-up. And then I won the title as Miss Bowling Green. So, yeah, there are lots of different titles. Some of them are fun. Some of them are more specific to different counties and cities in our state.
So a county can hold
Multiple titles, yes.
So there was 3 different
For the Bowling Green area.
Bowling Green area.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So super fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So really, that now, if that's the case, that means possibly Louisville could have 4.
Exactly.
Or 5.
Exactly. Yes. We have local directors who work so hard to put on productions all over the state. And I know we're always looking to expand that and looking for more volunteers who want to be a part of Miss America and want to be part of Miss Kentucky. So yeah, it would be so great to have a representative from every county. So we are certainly welcoming girls from all over the state, which is amazing.
Okay. Well, I forgot one title. Mallory's also on the Miss America board too as well.
Yes.
So how can you, I'm guessing it has to be a goal, how can you get more preliminary pageants in counties that don't have them?
Well, I think a great place to start is coming and watching your state competition.
Okay.
You know, coming and seeing what this organization is all about. I know when I first got involved in Miss Kentucky, I wasn't really totally sure what I was getting myself into.
Okay.
And definitely had that misconception that Miss Kentucky was all about looks and having surface level answers. And I think what I didn't know was the scholarship piece and the service piece. When it was all said and done for me, I had won over $30,000 in scholarships. And I graduated from UK debt free. I graduated with my master's debt free. And that's a really life changing experience for a lot of young women. And of course, Miss America and Miss Kentucky are service driven organizations. We're some of the largest service organizations in the country. Miss America women put in countless hours throughout their year, really pouring into things that are important to them. And so I think getting involved is just kind of dipping your toes in, right? And kind of learning what this organization is all about and how we empower young women to lead with purpose. Yeah, and then just getting involved, right? Just jumping right in and realizing that you can really make an impact in your community. And Miss Kentucky is alive and well. Miss Kentucky started in 1935, and then Miss Kentucky's teen started in 1998. So this is really a beloved tradition in the Commonwealth and something that I foresee continuing for hundreds of years in the future.
Something that Ariana showed me off the air. Whoever does your social media, great job, because now you can see all 38 participants that's competing for the Miss Kentucky crown on Saturday. And I guess that was their interviews
I believe they interviewed today, and the teen delegates interviewed tomorrow. So the competition has kicked off behind the scenes. Everybody's ready to go now.
So take us through that. It seemed like it's a very hectic, busy, I guess for some maybe stressful, some maybe not, but what kind of week are they looking at?
It's a very busy week. I will say they're probably not going to sleep a lot.
Ouch.
Whether or not that is from nerves or from busyness or, maybe a combination of both. But you compete in multiple phases of competition to win Miss Kentucky. There's a private interview. There's an onstage interview. There's evening gown, fitness, and talent. So you are really going to see it all if you come join the Miss Kentucky organization this weekend to come watch. But yeah, you really have to be a multifaceted woman to be Miss Kentucky or Miss Kentucky's teen. No day looks the same. When I was Miss Kentucky, I completed over 400 appearances during my year of service, and traveled, I think it was 45,000 miles across the Commonwealth. So your days are busy, busy, busy. So for two young women, I guess, this really is just the beginning, and it's only going to get more fun and more crazy from this point on.
So Thursday, look, it's going to be a very long day, which, by the way, I found out that there's no tickets. They're all sold.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know
They're all
that.
sold.
That's amazing.
Well, I mean, somebody off the street can't come watch.
That's true. Well, check SkyPack's website, Miss Kentucky and Miss Kentucky's teen. That's where the venue, that's where it's going to be held. So if there are any straggler tickets left, that's where you will be able to find them.
Good luck.
I guess so, but that's amazing. That's so wonderful to hear that.
I think SkyPack holds about 5,000. I think that's about right. So that's going to be jam-packed.
I know the Bowling Green community
Friday
has
and Saturday.
really, really embraced Miss Kentucky being in this area. I guess the second year I competed, the year before I won, was our first year in Bowling Green.
Okay.
So it was really just poetic for me to be able to compete in my hometown. And of course, like I already mentioned, being able to be crowned Miss Kentucky as Miss Bowling Green in Bowling Green is just such a core memory that I will always hold very close to my heart.
Now, with you finishing as third runner-up at Miss America, that makes you, the second highest placed finisher from Kentucky besides Mrs. Henry, who won it. Back in 1980 or 81, something like that or something.
Yeah, so Heather was Miss America 2000. So
it's 2000? Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Sorry, Miss Heather, sorry.
But she is our one and only Miss Kentucky who has gone on to win Miss America. So we're excited for that next Kentucky woman whenever she may grace the stage. But yeah, it was such a joy and such an honor to have the highest finish since Heather won the crown. So that really did feel like a historic moment to represent Bowling Green and to represent Kentucky in that capacity, and really just beyond my wildest dreams of what I thought that week would turn out to be. My goal was just to be in the top 10 or the top 12. I can't remember what the cut was that year. And then when I made the top 5, I was like, whatever happens from here, it's out of my hands, and I'm so happy to be here. And really, when you're at Miss America, any woman that steps on that stage is really ready to be Miss America. You're competing with the best of the best, right? I mean, that is the most accomplished, talented, kind, service-driven women in the country. And so, some of the best advice I've ever been given is you are who you surround yourself with. So I think being in that environment was so empowering for me, and I loved every minute of it, and it definitely had a wonderful finish for sure.
Did the Hudson family come out in full force with the cowbells or things like that and so forth?
I'm not sure if they snuck any cowbells into the theater, but they were there. And then I have so many wonderful videos on my phone of my friends and my family watching from home as well. And I think they stream it on YouTube every year, Miss America does. And I think our competition now has over 1 million views. So it's really wild to think that so many people have been exposed to Miss America, and Miss America's alive and well for sure. We started in 1921, and so we're approaching 105 years and about to crown our 99th Miss America. So next year will be an amazing year, crowning the 100th as well. But yeah, Miss America is as relevant today, I think, as it was at its inception, and I'm just so thankful to be a part of it, at the Kentucky level and now at the national level as well.
You mentioned it being on YouTube. Are we never going to get it back on national TV ever again?
We'll see. We'll see. That would be incredible. You'll have to stay tuned.
Okay. I mean, because it used to be on TV, I think, right?
That would be great. I think that would be fantastic. So I think that's definitely a goal for sure.
So what's your job with Miss America? What's your job?
I work in PR and communications. My official title is the communications manager. So writing lots of press releases and all the exciting news that comes from Miss America. So very, very excited to be back this year. We're holding the competition in West Palm Beach. So the last 3 years it's been in Orlando, so we're going to go a little bit further south in Florida. We're moving it to West Palm.
Yeah, it seems like Florida's the spot to be.
Yes, I think so too. And very, very excited. We'll be crowning Miss America 2027 on September 6th. So everybody will have to tune in. If anyone's interested in coming to Miss America this year, tickets will be going on sale this summer. We're holding events at the Kravis Center in West Palm Beach, the Hilton West Palm Beach, and then our grand finale of the crowning of Miss America 2027 will be at the Palm Beach County Convention Center. So the stage is going to be beautiful, and we're so excited to welcome everyone to West Palm.
So I got to say that if Miss Kentucky Week was hectic, I'm sure Miss America Week was probably 10 times that, right?
For sure.
Goodness.
For sure. They're both hectic in their own ways, but so much fun. And you make so many friends. I mean, the sisterhood is so alive and well. And, I made so many friends during my time competing at Miss Kentucky and, of course, at Miss America as well. I always like to say now I have a friend in every state and territory in America, which is really cool. Sometimes to refresh my memory when I'm driving and I see a license plate from another state, I name who was my, Miss Minnesota or Miss Texas or whoever, just to make sure that I can, keep up on everyone. But, that's one of the positives of social media now is you can keep up with everyone, and we're also digitally connected. So that's really great.
Do you, and I guess you remember who your top 5 was with you, do y'all stay in touch? Y'all keep in contact?
Yeah, for sure. Right. So Miss Colorado, Madison Marsh, won Miss America the year that I competed, and she was the first active duty military member to serve as Miss America. So she definitely had a very impactful year of service.
Okay, wait, stop for a second. How could she do that while she's serving in the military?
Yeah.
How?
She was active duty Air Force.
And they let her?
Yes.
They were okay with that.
Yeah. So lots of collaboration from what I understand from both parties, but she had such a wonderful year and I think inspired millions across the country. So pretty awesome.
A military personnel won Miss America.
Yes.
And the Air Force let her do it.
Yeah.
Then how was she able to do her service and do her military at the same time? That had to be hectic. It had to be.
Oh, yeah. That's a busy year of service, for sure. So Miss Colorado, Madison won Miss America. And then we had Texas, Indiana. I was third runner-up. And then Rhode Island. So that was our top 5. They're all wonderful women. And standing up there in that moment, I'm not sure any of us were really super present. I think we were all just in a surreal state of mind.
Right.
Like, is this even happening? So to experience something so special with such a great group of women was really amazing.
I can't imagine being Miss America and you're serving the military at the same time.
I know.
I mean, that's really double.
I know. Wonder Woman, for sure.
Yes, really. How does she... you talked to her. How did she was able to manage that?
They just made it work. I think it was lots of coordination from Miss America and also from the Air Force as well. But yeah, she's amazing and did such a wonderful job. And they found a way to make it work. And she inspired a lot of people for sure.
Is she still in the Air Force now, or is she?
Yeah, and I think she just graduated from maybe Harvard, the Harvard Kennedy School.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's incredible for sure.
Man.
Well-deserved win, no doubt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow, man.
Yeah.
So that makes more military women should actively
Exactly.
If they'll make it work.
For sure. I mean, women from all backgrounds are welcome at Miss America, and we encourage that. We want that, and I just think it's so amazing to see so many impactful stories at Miss America and at the Miss Kentucky stage as well. Everybody has a different story. Everyone has a different background. Everyone's passionate about different things, but we can all come together and celebrate the experience of being a woman and the educational opportunities that can come from Miss Kentucky, the service opportunities that can come from Miss Kentucky and Miss America, and all the things. So, like I said, it was a life-changing experience for me, and I know I can speak for so many others and say the same.
It gave you a career.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I had no idea. So it's been really, really amazing. The life skills that you can learn from Miss Kentucky and Miss America is just insane. The interview, I mean, everything, stage presence, confidence. It really has shaped the woman that I am today. So I'm super thankful for it.
So, and by the way, Mallory Hudson's our guest here on Sports Talk, here on Talk 104, my Greenwood Ford. Have you talked to the 38 yet? Or I'm guessing you probably will talk to them sometime
So
today
I
or
haven't
tomorrow?
seen them yet.
Okay.
But I am emceeing the Miss Kentucky's prelim, or Miss Kentucky Teen Prelim, excuse me,
Okay.
tomorrow evening at 6:30 at Sky Pack.
Okay.
So I am going to bop over to Sky Pack tonight for rehearsal, and we'll be with them tomorrow during the day. So I'm excited to see all the girls, and I know the excitement will be palpable for sure.
Okay, so you say rehearsals. What are they like rehearsing their talent? Are they rehearsing just the certain things they have to do?
A little bit of everything.
Okay.
So they'll be rehearsing their opening number, the fitness routine,
Okay.
The evening gown, walking pattern. Everybody will have a chance to rehearse their talent before they perform. So
Okay.
there are a lot of moving pieces that go into Miss Kentucky, and it's a whole production, right? It's a show. And so there's a lot of rehearsal that goes into it, and I think that's just a true testament as to the hard work of our volunteers. Everyone on the Miss Kentucky board is a volunteer, so they're volunteering their time to be here in Bowling Green this week to empower and uplift these young women. So
Okay.
props to them. They're some of my best friends. They're amazing people, and they really are working so hard to create such a wonderful show and an amazing opportunity for every young woman who has traveled to Bowling Green to be here with us this week.
When you do speak to the, I guess, either the teen or the 38 of the Miss Kentuckys,
Yeah.
are you gonna? Do you know what you're gonna say to them or anything, or
Oh gosh.
or are you just gonna just off the cuff and
I
just
haven't
let's
really
go?
prepared anything.
Oh, okay.
But, I think it's just so important to lean into who you are. I think it's very easy to compare yourself to the other contestants and look at what they bring to the table and how that might be different from what you bring to the table, right? But being you is such a superpower, and no one is just like you, and that's your advantage right there. And so being able to share that and communicate that to the judges and to the audience and, to all of Kentucky is really a wonderful experience. So soak it up. It will go by so quickly. The next few days are kind of a little bit of a whirlwind. And then everybody will just be anxiously awaiting for next summer. So I also think, you never know who Miss Kentucky is going to become of that group
Right.
of 38. You never know who Miss Kentucky's teen is going to be of that group of 28. Same thing goes for Miss America. So I think really uplifting and empowering and spreading kindness amongst that delegate group and making friends is so important. We always like to say, win the experience. It's not about winning the crown. At the end of the day, it's about winning the experience. So being part of this wonderful opportunity to represent your community on the Miss Kentucky stage, stepping onto the Miss Kentucky stage is a gift in itself and something that you'll be able to talk about for years and years to come and will hold so close to your heart. I think some of my favorite memories from competing at Miss Kentucky were the years before I won the crown, and I think that is just a true testament to the friendships that can be made, and of course the scholarship dollars that can be won, and the
Yep.
service that you put in preparation for stepping on this stage. So I think winning the experience is a good way to put it.
How do you? I'm guessing you can take your experiences and others in the past as well too, but I'm guessing you may say something to the winner. Well, no, we'll get to that. No, you won't. No, you will not. We will talk about that in a minute. I guess we'll talk about that in a minute because no, you will not be there Saturday. So, but I'm guessing they can contact you for I'm sure everybody has passes their number along and say, hey, if you need anything, call. You want some advice, call, talk, reach out,
Yeah,
so forth like
what's
that.
so
and so
wonderful
forth.
is we have a really amazing network of forever Miss Kentuckys, the women who have previously held the title, who still have this sisterhood and all share something really unique and share something really special with one another. Every year, there's kind of a forever Miss Kentucky reunion, and we all get together and share stories from our year and share advice for the new Miss Kentucky and kind of what to expect. I think you really don't know what it's like to be Miss Kentucky until you are Miss Kentucky. You have an idea of it. You can be ready for it. But like I mentioned earlier, every day is different, and you really just have to be ready for what each day throws at you. It's such a wonderfully unique and special opportunity to serve as Miss Kentucky. And I think we're always there for the new title holder when she comes in. And of course, serving on Miss America HQ and being involved at the national level is really wonderful too, because I kind of get to step into that role for all the women and teens that come compete at Miss America and Miss America's Teen. I always definitely want to be an uplifting presence for these women and make Miss Kentucky or make Miss America
Mm-hmm.
such a welcoming space for everyone, and I hope that I'm able to provide that.
So when they're crowned on Friday and Saturday, I'm guessing that Monday they start right away?
Oh, I think...
Or do they start off the get-go?
You kind of start off the get-go.
Oh, wow.
I remember being crowned Miss Kentucky. You kind of black out for a second. When they call your name, you're like, what is going on? And you give a speech minutes after you're crowned. And so that's kind of a whirlwind to gather
in front of the people?
all of your thoughts. Yes. So there's a crown and roses reception right after Miss Kentucky is crowned.
Wow.
And so she steps into the beautiful lobby at SkyPack and steps up on stage and gives a speech to everyone and kind of kicks off the year, and everyone can take pictures for Miss Kentucky with Miss Kentucky. I think I was one of the last people to leave the year that I was crowned, just because so many people want to wait and greet the new Miss Kentucky and wish her well on her year of service. And so you kind of get started right away. I was a little bit lucky because I was crowned on July 1st, so it was a holiday weekend with the 4th of July. So I had a little bit of a break, but I think July 5th was my first media interview. So I was ready to go. And of course, the social media accounts, which is such a big part of, being Miss Kentucky or Miss America or any of the state title holders, get turned over to you immediately. So then you kind of have to start mapping out, what your content looks like, what type of message you want to bring across during your year. So you really have to be ready to go because it just begins right off the bat. And also for these young women who will be crowned this week in Bowling Green, they'll be competing at Miss America and Miss America's Teen in September. And so when I was Miss Kentucky, we had a little bit longer to prepare for Miss America, but now we've moved Miss America back to its traditional spot, which is in September. Okay. And so the state title holders that are crowned all across the country this summer really have to be ready to go to Miss America, almost immediately because there's very little time to prepare. And so it's kind of exciting that you can ride that wave of momentum, being crowned, and just a few short weeks later, you're going to be up on that Miss America stage.
You get no breaks.
I know. It is all gas, no breaks, for sure.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. I don't know if I could. That's a good question. Why isn't there a Mr. Kentucky?
Oh, I always used to get asked this question in schools when I was doing my school tour as Miss Kentucky. And, I never knew the answer. I think that would be fantastic to have a Mr. Kentucky. You might be onto something.
I think you need to create one.
We'll see about that. Hey, never say never, right?
I mean, if you got it for the women, make it equal for the guys too, right?
Yeah, that would be great. The more positive role models that we have in the community who are out there showing that you can chase your dreams and that you can live your passions, I think the better. It was so amazing to think when I went to schools as Miss Kentucky that for some of these students, this is the only exposure that they will ever have to the Miss Kentucky crown. And that's a heavy responsibility, right? And I always like to say, like, you are, Kentucky's big sister. You're Kentucky's cheerleader, right? I always wanted people to know that they were loved and appreciated by Miss Kentucky, and they didn't have to be anybody else but themselves when they came into contact with Miss Kentucky. And so, you can only hope that you've left a positive impact along the way. And I think that's where that Forever Network comes in too, right? We have all worked so hard to formulate and progress this legacy of what Miss Kentucky is and what it means and how it has evolved over the years. And so it's just really, really wonderful to think back on, the first Miss Kentucky competition in 1935 and now what it looks like today in 2026 and how each Miss Kentucky has kind of had a shared experience, but it's been different because of who she is. And, that's another thing that I would say to any state title holder that's being crowned, this summer is, of course, Ariana had a different year than Chapel, and Chapel had a different year than me, and I had a different year from Hannah. And so I think that's really cool that we're all able to progress this legacy and contribute to it, but all in our own individual way.
Well, I let it slip a little bit that you're only going to be here for Wednesday.
Breaking news.
Yeah, it's not really breaking news, but you're only going to be here till Wednesday. We're getting out to the sports part of the show now.
Yeah, it's our segue.
All right, because you will be in Lexington along with a lot of other people.
Yes.
And it should be a massive crowd.
I hope so.
I believe it will be. I believe it will be because
yes,
there's team from here that's on the verge of making a historical moment. Now, it won't be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But first off, let's go back to this past weekend because you was there, were you not?
I was.
Okay.
Both games.
Okay. Well, the Thursday game we can skip that one.
Yes.
Because that was taken care of pretty early.
Yes.
But Saturday's game, it was
a nail biter.
That was a whirlwind. And for those who don't know, Mallory is the older sister of McLaine Hudson. So, how nervous was you, and probably others too?
Oh my gosh.
Especially in the 8th inning when you were up to bat, when the second one up to bat, trailing 3-2 in extra innings.
I still don't think I have recovered from that game. I will be honest.
A lot of people
with
has
you.
not. They have not.
I was biting my nails for sure. I think I maybe developed a few more gray hairs than I presently have. My mom and I were joking that years of our lives were taken off in that short 2 hours of last Saturday. But I mean, really, what a testament to the South Warren Spartan softball team's fight and their determination and their will to not give up and to lean on each other when it matters most. I think the fans were so nervous because we know how hard these girls have worked all season, and we know how much, I know I can say this as big sister, just deserve this moment in the spotlight and this storybook ending to what a historical season they have had. These girls love each other so much. It's such a team, family mindset. And I mean, I'm cheering for, Layla and Hadley and Kaylee and all the other team members just as much as I'm cheering for my sister, who's my favorite person in the world. I think it is just so important to support these girls on this journey. If there's any way you can get up to Lexington and cheer for them in the semifinals and hopefully the finals as well, please join us. There's a seat in the stands for you. We've got a pom-pom for you, a cowbell for you.
There may not be. The seat may be full.
Hey, we're going to show up and we're going to be there. South Warren Takeover. It's just going to be really, really wonderful. And it's really wild to think this is our seniors' last season. It's McLane's last season in the South Warren uniform, and just what a wonderful way, what a wonderful cherry on top it would be to win that state championship on Saturday. But these girls have worked so hard, and I'm so proud of them. I know I can speak for all the South Warren community and all of our families that we are just so proud of their hard work and their tenacity not to give up in that game on Saturday, because I think mentally they could have beaten themselves, right, if they got down on themselves or started thinking about what that score on the scoreboard was, but they never did, and it wasn't over until it was over, and we saw so much fight. We were all crying in the stands, the girls were crying, and I think that all the cortisol was just leaving everybody's body because we were so amped up and so excited and just wanted it so bad. I know the girls wanted it so bad, and just so happy that they could pull the win and that we could move on to our game on Friday.
Did you know it was gone when Layla hit the shot?
Yeah.
You did know?
Yes.
Okay. It didn't look like it at first, I thought, but then it kept going and going. I was like, wait a minute. That could be gone.
And I like to say, and I've told Layla this, that in the region championship when she hit one out,
yes,
and last weekend, I looked at someone and I said, Layla's going yard on this one. So I had a feeling I'm just going to start saying that every time she's up to bat and manifest that for her. But what a moment for her. I'm so happy for her. Layla's been one of McLane's best friends for years and years and years. And, that friendship was built on the softball field, but it's even stronger off the softball field. And it's just so wonderful to see McLaine and her friends out there just having a blast and working hard to make it happen.
Well, not just a state championship at stake as well, too.
Yeah.
A chance for history.
For South Warren,
No team has went 45-0.
Yeah.
We've had a 44-0 team with Greenwood, but no teams went 45-0. And a very good possibility of being a national champion, too, as well, on top of that.
Just so wonderful.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it really is. It's been such a season for all the girls. They've leaned on each other so much. And of course, South Warren is also my alma mater, so I would love to see that for the Spartan community. But yeah, just for these girls, they've just worked so hard, and I just have all my fingers and my toes crossed that it'll happen. But, I think everybody likes to say, oh, well, they got lucky on this occasion or whatever it is. But, luck is what happens.
Hey.
There's that quote, luck is what happens when talent meets hard work, and that is just the truth for this team. So couldn't be more happy for them. I'm so excited to get up in the stands again. I'm a little bit of like a ringleader, I guess, when it comes to being up in the stands. I'm loud for sure. I've got the loud theater pageant voice, and I definitely use it up in the stands. I'm ready to cheer. I've got my pom-poms and my cowbells and my posters, and I made a shirt with McLane's face on it with like this whole collage of all of her pictures. And so my friends are coming up to Lexington, so I have recruited the troops. I am ready to go. I'm super excited for them.
Well, I'm sure the entire family's going to be there.
Yes.
I mean,
we'll be there.
It's a historical moment.
It is for everyone involved. Everyone involved. And of course, South Warren softball has never even played in a state championship before. And so to not only make it to that point, but to win it would just be amazing and historic for South Warren and wonderful for these seniors and just every single person on the team who has contributed in their own way.
Hey, that's sisterhood.
That's sisterhood.
Oh, okay, here we go.
All the connections.
Yeah.
I love it. But it is so true. There are so many, I guess, invisible strings, for lack of a better way to say it, between the fields that McLaine and I are involved in. It's the hard work, it's the determination, it's leaning on your community and having that community support. And like I said earlier about luck, it's that talent meeting hard work, excuse me. And, I can only speak for McLaine, but, she went to hit today. She went to hit yesterday.
Right.
They've got practice. She just never stops. She's just such a hard worker. And that's one of the things that I admire about her so much. And just, I think the leadership of this team really shines bright, of the seniors. And of course, every member of the team, of course, Kaylee Kuzma. Goose, they call her. She was amazing last weekend.
8th grader.
So you have those 8th graders that are stepping up as well. And, there's going to be some big shoes to fill after this year, but there are girls that are more than ready to step into those shoes and succeed. So it's just been so wonderful. Everyone is a puzzle piece of what the success of that team has looked like this year from an outsider's perspective, at least.
I'm sure. I mean, they know the numbers are stacking up. Wins. How do they stay calm? I mean, have you talked to McLaine or anything? Or, because that's
McLaine.
I'll be nervous.
Yeah,
I would be nervous.
Is a pretty calm person. She is always kind of here in the middle, whereas I'm usually like here or here. Like I feel my emotions very big. McLaine is a very steady person on the field and in life, and I feel like that helps her a lot in situations like that. When something doesn't go her way, she can brush it off and move forward, and when something's going her way, it really doesn't rattle her. And I think that's an incredible quality to have in an athlete, because it would be so easy to get rattled when you're in the bottom of the 8th inning and you're trailing, or when you're in other high pressure, stressful situations. It would just be so easy to roll over and think that it's over, or this game's just not going my way, or I'm not going to hit good off this pitcher, or whatever it looks like. But you just have to keep trucking through. And, I think life is really all about just doing the best you can with what you're given at the time. And McLaine is like such a true testament to living that mentality, because she just kind of takes it as it's given to her and keeps rolling on. And that's what this team has done this year, too.
She's heading to Florida State.
She
Tallahassee.
is. Yes, Tallahassee bound.
What's your thoughts about that?
Oh, so excited. So excited. She is ready to go for sure, which, breaks my big sister heart.
Florida and Kentucky?
What?
I mean, it's Florida and Kentucky. I mean, who wouldn't want to go to Florida?
Right. So I think she's always loved Florida. Of course, we vacationed there a lot growing up. And so she kind of always acted like at some point, she'd want to live in Florida, whether or not that was for college or, years down the line. But I think she has orientation coming up in a few weeks. And then, of course, she'll be there in August to start training with the team for fall ball. But it's just really wild watching the Women's College World Series and thinking that there's a possibility that McLaine could maybe be on that field next year. Definitely, I would think in the next 4 years at some point. Just a really incredible program. I have not yet visited Tallahassee, so I think the first time that I'll get to visit is when we're moving McLaine down there.
Okay.
But what I have heard about the campus and the community and the Noles fans and, of course, the coaching staff at Florida State is nothing but positive things. I think there's a big family culture down there, which, of course, as a big sister, I really appreciate knowing that she's going to go somewhere where there are people who genuinely care about her, not only as a softball player, but as a human and as a 18, 19-year-old college student, right? I think that's so easy to forget in high school sports and in college sports, too, that these are really just kids out there playing a game, right? And it knocks a lot of things into perspective, and it feels so important. And when, you have a family member or a friend or someone that is playing something, you want them to succeed because you so deeply care about them. But at the end of the day, it really is just a game. It doesn't feel like that at the time, of course. But just knowing that there's a community down there that's going to support and uplift her is so exciting to me. I am so excited to get my Seminoles jersey with Hudson on the back. That is going to be like a big moment for me. I keep telling McLaine that I'm going to get our dog, Bella, one, too.
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be a pretty iconic picture to have Bella in the Florida State jersey. So just so excited for her to get down there and to live her dream. She's always wanted to play college ball, and it never really felt like that moment would be here. And so this weekend kind of feels like an epic conclusion and closing a really amazing chapter before she moves on to the next one.
I guess she doesn't get 19, does she?
I'm not really sure what she's going to be. I don't know if that's been determined yet or not. I'm going to have to ask her. I would assume sometime this summer all the jerseys and things would be coming out before fall ball starts.
Yes.
So I'll have to update you on that one. But that'd be pretty cool if she got to keep that one.
It would be cool.
Yeah, she could carry on the legacy.
Well, with her going there, at least we know that at least there'll be a weekend where ACC Conference, they play Louisville.
Yes,
they'll be in Louisville.
Exactly.
So you can see them for a 3-game series sometime.
That would be great. That would be great. I think I'm going to be in Tallahassee pretty frequently. I think
Florida.
They will be. It won't be the last time they see me when I move her down there in August. That's for sure. So we've got like our American Airlines gift cards and credit cards and all the things to get points to fly down there. So because I think American Airlines flies into the Tallahassee airport. So we're ready to get down there and support her as much as we can. And I don't know, she might be kicking us out. We might be down there so much she's like, you guys need to go home. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. We're excited for her.
So she's ready for that move?
She's ready. She's ready. So I think she's not quite ready to close the South Warren softball chapter just yet. We've got 2 more games to win, of course, and then a summer of travel ball across the country with her friends. So just soaking up every moment and trying to keep her feet planted, I think, is really important, but definitely looking toward the future for sure. It's going to be exciting.
And when that's going on as well, too, Uncle Travis is leading the Lady Toppers volleyball team too as well.
I know, right? First season, I guess, with the statue of him out front of Diddle.
The big statue, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, Travis is an amazing role model for McLaine and for myself, and I know to his 2 sons as well, Drew and Tyler, and just an amazing figure in our family, and for the Bowling Green community and for the Hilltopper community as well. He really is that amazing. I think when he talks in interviews, so poetic and with all the leadership qualities and everything that shines through. That really is how he is in real life as well. And I know navigating the whole process of McLaine choosing a school and deciding where was best for her, he was a big, figure in that and helping her figure out that process, because that can really be intimidating for sure.
It is.
And so he's just so great and has helped her in a lot of different ways and has helped me in a lot of different ways, non-sports related. But a story I love to tell on Travis is the day I was born. He came to the hospital with scholarship papers to play at Western. And so I always tell my friends, like, my fun fact is that I technically had a D1 volleyball scholarship, even though I never played high school volleyball. So there's my little fun Travis story. But of course, he has 2 sons. And so I was the first girl in the family, and Tyler, his son, was born about a month after me. So they knew that was going to be a boy, and I was the girl, so I could, go play for Travis eventually. So it didn't work out like that, of course, but he supported me in all of my endeavors along the way.
I'm sure Travis, Drew, Tyler, everybody's coming to Lexington, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I think so. I think so, yeah. And of course, Drew is just killing it at Ohio State.
Yeah.
He was a captain this year on his team, and I think the youngest captain ever at Ohio State in Ohio State volleyball history. And so he's just an amazing person. Of course, Tyler is also an amazing person, and he just got married, and so we're so excited for him. And so our family is super, super tight knit. Everybody just supports each other as best we can in all of our busyness and, the chaos of our everyday lives. But yeah, I think I'm going to get everyone up to Lexington this weekend.
Wow. So Travis got a statue. You're Miss America 3rd runner-up. Drew was a captain of the Ohio State volleyball team. And McLane's on the verge of being a national champion. I mean, my goodness.
My goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, really cool. Really, really cool. And so thankful, for all of the support, from our community and, from our family as well. I think it's just so important to lean on community. And yeah, it's been so wonderful growing up with McLaine and Tyler and Drew and having Travis and my parents. And it's just been great.
Oh, you have heads on sticks. Well, you said you have a shirt, so anybody else going to have, like, heads on sticks or something like that or something?
I do have a fat head.
Okay, so, you bring that.
Yeah,
you gotta bring
I'm
that.
bringing everything. Like I said earlier, I recruited all of my friends to come to Lexington this weekend, and so I think I have an item for all of my friends that are coming.
Okay.
So they might not know that they have those items, but I'm just gonna come in with my hands full and start passing things out. So, like I said, I'm a little bit of like a Spirit Club leader when I'm in the stands up there. So you can probably hear me on the live stream screaming in my voice a little bit too. I'm like, I still haven't fully recovered from last weekend. So I wasn't thinking too much about having to MC this week when I was screaming up in the stands on Saturday. Okay. But yeah, it was just super surreal moment. So happy for them and really ready to get to Lexington this weekend.
Is there a theme? Like, is it going to be like everybody wear black on this weekend on Friday or on Saturday? Or
I feel like for South Warren, it's always safe to say that it's a blackout.
Okay. All right.
But I'm not sure if there's been a theme announced yet. But you can always follow South Warren softball on Twitter, or X, I should say, and they usually keep everybody pretty updated on what the plan is. So if there is a theme, that's where you'll be able to find it. But I'll be in my black shirt with McLane's pictures all over it. So you'll be able to spot me pretty easily.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a lot of members of the senior class that'll be up there. I'm sure.
I would think.
It has to be.
I would think.
And, of course, everybody's bringing, if for each player, there's probably like 10 family members are coming or more.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be a pretty packed South Warren crowd on Friday afternoon and potentially Saturday night too as well.
We got to bring it for sure because we'll be playing Highlands, which they aren't too far from Lexington. I don't think so, at least.
They're not. They're pretty close by, and they got a really good picture too as well.
Yeah, and then we'll see who it is on Saturday that
Bullitt East and George Rogers Clark's the other two.
Yeah, so they'll be relatively close as well.
Yeah.
So we got to bring up all the fans from Bowling Green to make sure we can rival their sections, but
it's not going to be easy though.
It's not going to be easy.
It will not be easy. It will not.
Yeah.
I mean, these 4 teams, I mean, all of them had at least 30 wins or more.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's such a great group left, and I'm just so excited to see how it all plays out. Lots of hard work on the line, but at the end of the day, whatever happens, it doesn't take away from what an amazing season these girls have had, and all the records that they've broken, and more so than anything, the friendship that they've built over all these years playing softball together. I mean, McLaine has played softball with some of these girls since she was 6, 7, 8 years old, and so it really, I think, it's going to be an emotional night on Friday/Saturday. I'll say Saturday because I like to manifest.
Yes, that's fine. That's
but
fine.
it'll be an emotional night, I think, for everybody, and bittersweet. We want to see it come to an end in the way that we all do, but at the end of the day, we just love these girls and want the best for them and want them to have fun and close it out like we know they should.
Now, we have to mention the bet because they were on the show in February to start the season.
Oh, okay.
And the wager was that if they won the whole thing, Coach Kelly and the other coaching staff would get a tattoo of SW. So I'm hoping.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, it was on the February show. Go back and watch our YouTube channel.
Kelly probably doesn't want you to be reminding people about this.
We're going to remind them of that. But hopefully that will happen with her and the Taylor and the other coaching staff as well too. That they will definitely get either the SW or the Shield and Swords tattoo.
Wonder
whatever.
if that would happen in Lexington on Saturday night.
Probably not. It had to happen probably in Bowling Green. I would say.
Well, if they
probably
win
before their banquet or whatever or something, that way everybody can see what the tattoo looks like if they. But I just want to make sure they do it. That's all.
If they win, I'm going to go up to them and say, "So where are you getting that tattoo?"
That's right. You mentioned on Sports Talk the tattoo.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Well, it'll definitely be a night to remember, tattoo or not.
I agree. And of course, 4 years ago, they played Highlands in the state tournament and they won that game.
Yeah.
So hopefully, same thing will happen again this time too around. Hopefully.
Full circle.
And then Bullet East and George Rogers Clark in the finale.
Yeah.
So that's going to be crazy.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm excited for them, and I think they've got what it takes to go all the way.
I'm sure that they win Saturday night. Of course, they'll stay overnight, obviously, because it's going to be late. That Sunday, come back to Bowling Green, should be a party. I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be a party Saturday night and Sunday, and probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Maybe a week-long party for such a big achievement. But, I mean, it really just takes so much to get to the end. I mean, those single elimination tournaments are really, really difficult. You look at the past few seasons of, what amazing seasons South Warren has had, but kind of that postseason bad luck, trying to break that cycle a little bit. And it's really difficult. And you just see, as what happened last weekend, I mean, people show up and they are ready to play.
Yes.
It's win or go home. So people really, really step it up, I think. And also, I think all season South Warren has had a big target on their back. And everybody's wanted to be the ones to take them down. I mean, that's true with any undefeated team in any sport. But I think it's been difficult because games are always a little bit tougher on them maybe than others. I always say that, which I'm last few years long-suffering Kentucky basketball fan, and it always seems that everybody plays their very, very, very best against Kentucky, and that kind of seems to also be the case with South Warren. And it's just one of those situations, I think, where everybody just rises to the occasion. They want to get competitive and they want to win. So it's been great to see that competitiveness from all sides, and that just is such a fun environment. Their fans are going crazy, our fans are going crazy, the girls are hyped up and so excited, the dugouts are loud. If you have not been to the state tournament, this weekend is the weekend to do it. It's just so much fun. That environment is awesome. It is rocking in there. It is amazing. It's just so much fun. So much fun.
Yep, and that's why I say if they win it, they'll be the greatest because before that, it used to be double elimination.
Yeah.
It used to be. And then they cut that out.
What year did that stop? Do you know?
Not that long ago.
Okay.
Maybe about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
It stopped.
Yeah.
And because they instituted the pitch count rule in baseball. So when they did that, they stopped that. So maybe like 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
But then But like I said, Greenwood went undefeated, but it was a double elimination state tournament. You know, you can make that mistake, but still
Totally.
you can come back and win the whole thing still.
Exactly.
Now you can't.
Just like with
Right.
Texas softball, didn't they? I think they lost their first game in the regionals.
But they had to run all the way through it after that.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So you see how these amazing teams, even national championship softball teams,
Yes.
can get beat, you know,
Yep.
in a tournament like that.
Can.
And so it's really, really difficult. And I think has put into perspective just how tough it is to win a state championship and to do it undefeated too would just be such an amazing feat.
It would be. Hey, before we get you out of here, you know what you should do Saturday night?
What?
Okay. I'm just saying if you don't want to, I mean, you don't have to do this, but I think, you know, when South Warren wins on Saturday night,
Yeah.
you should bring your Miss Kentucky crown and put it on McLane's head to crown her.
Oh my
crown her.
gosh. Hey, you never know.
I mean,
That picture might just be popping up somewhere for someone.
I mean,
Oh, that's funny. I think all the girls are definitely going to deserve all the crowns, all the flowers, all the
Yep.
recognition, all the things if they can bring that state championship home. Very exciting.
I know the announcer's going to say, please don't want to rush the field at the end of the
I
game,
know,
but
right?
that might not stop.
I know. I haven't even thought about that yet.
'Cause I think a lot of people are going to rush that field.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of people will.
I'm like, how can I get over that net?
Well, it's just going to take the fence.
Yeah.
So there's opening that way.
I'd say
so
we'll probably end up on the field.
I'd
at the
say
end.
so too. I don't think you're going to be able to stop you all
Yeah,
from getting on
yeah.
the field.
Sparta is tough to contain in those environments.
Awesome. All right. A very busy week for you.
Busy, yes.
Busy week, but wow.
Very excited.
Very excited.
Come to Lexington. Come support the Miss Kentucky girls this week. If you're interested in getting involved in Miss Kentucky or Miss America in any capacity, this is the week to start for sure. Come on down to SkyPack and see these girls. They have been working so hard, just like the South Warren softball team, and just shining on a little bit different stage this week. But so excited for them. Of course, I'll be emceeing the Miss Kentucky's teen prelim tomorrow night. So very excited to be back on the Miss Kentucky stage in that capacity. And then moving right up along I-65
That's
at the
right.
end of the week to cheer
Bluegrass Parkway.
on the
Yeah.
Spartans.
Bluegrass Parkway, I-65.
Yeah.
And how can someone that does not know which preliminaries to go, how can they find out where they're at, who they should contact to take part in that?
Yeah, so the tickets are available on SkyPack's website. If you want more information in terms of what you might see on those nights, you can go to misskentucky.org, and that is the Miss Kentucky Scholarship Organization's page. And you can also follow along on social media this week as well. Like you mentioned earlier, there's pictures of all the girls, and everybody's commenting what girls they're cheering for, and just the whole community is really, really excited for them, and I'm excited for them. It's really, really great. And like I mentioned earlier, the energy is palpable over there. So I'm going to pop over to rehearsals and very excited to get help get the week started over at SkyPack.
And how can someone find out more about all the preliminaries that leads up to Miss Kentucky if they want to take part in those preliminary pageants? Like you said, Miss Corvette City. And
Exactly.
all that.
Those are also listed on the Miss Kentucky organization's website.
All right.
And I believe the first one is in August. So there's really not that much
wow.
time before we start the next cycle for next
Wow.
year's Miss Kentucky. So some of these girls have been holding their local titles for almost a year. So they've done a lot of amazing work and advocacy, working on advocacy issues and things that they're passionate about. And they really have a lot of time to delve in deep on those things. And yeah, it's really cool that all of that is coming to a culmination over at SkyPack here. And then another area of my life coming to another culmination up in Lexington. So we have all the things going on this week.
And speaking of that, tomorrow night, you tune into Sports Talk tomorrow night, we will have South Warren Athletic Director Jason Grissom on the show.
Awesome.
So he's going to talk about a lot about this weekend
he
too as well.
was so excited up in the stands this weekend. I mean, he definitely lives what he preaches for sure. He was up there cheering and screaming and all the things, and I appreciate that so much as a big sister and also, as a former Spartan as well. I just think it's so great to have somebody in that position who is willing to go up to Lexington and cheer those girls on and all the things. So you'll have a great conversation with him.
And following him, speaking of Drew and boys volleyball. South Warren boys volleyball region championship team will be here too as well too.
Awesome.
Erica Winger and her players are going to be joining us tomorrow night too, as well as Sports Talk.
That's awesome.
So you definitely tune in for that. And then on the after party, we'll have the Bowling Hot Rods. Cal Freeman will join us and talk about everything all Bowling Hot Rods too as well. So wow.
Cool.
So it's a South Warren takeover today,
is.
right now,
love it.
and tomorrow, and then everything works out right. The 1 year anniversary show. We'll have the national champions hopefully on the show too as well.
That's
so it'll
awesome.
be great. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
And you cannot miss her in the crowd. I'll promise you that. You cannot.
I'm ready. I will be chanting and screaming and all the things. So very excited. Get up to Lexington if you can. Support these girls. I think they're about to do something really historic that's never been done before. So I'll be the first one to call it.
All right. Sounds great. Miss Mallory, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it.
Ask Miss Mallory Hudson. Join us tonight here on Sports Talk here on Talk 104. 93 KCT, presented by Greenwood Ford. Did it shut off? Did it? Well, I hope it did. Computer screen went out. Let's see. But